is the thing. If you get into a conversation with an anti-white or a vague out there, and they say X, whatever that is, and it's supposed to be a fact, it's supposed to be, we'll leave it at fact. And you say in response, no, it's not X, it's Y. You're still inside the anti-white narrative. You are failing. So Marie Curie, she's got it right. I read what you have here, young lady, and this is absolutely correct. If you say to an anti-white, it's not X, it's Y, then you've lost. What you need to say, and this is how you can very easily, folks, train yourself, is when an anti-white makes a statement, especially a statement purportedly of fact, you respond by saying, that's the anti-white narrative. The entire thing is fiction. Every one of you do, anti-whites out there, is lie about everything so that you can achieve your anti-white objective of inflicting harm on Western kind and Western civilization. And now, here's reality. So you don't stay in their story whatsoever, because if you stay in their story, you always lose. And we have Slots and we have other people sharing their responses. In fact, why don't I do that right now so you can... I will read. This is Slots, is a participant, a great rising star, great hero in the community. And he had an argument with an anti-white. And this was, I guess, a week and a half ago. I shared some of it. And this is the tail end of it that Slots shared with me here. Slots wrote to the guy. Now, he had already gotten the position, the anti-white to the position where the anti-white was losing. He was starting to defend himself. As soon as they begin to defend themselves in the conversation, you have won the conversation. So Slots, right before this, I believe the guy said something like, well, what is anti-white? So he's losing at that point. Slots says, you aren't confused about that. You're just attempting to continue denying the atrocities against whites because you're anti-white, because you're an anti-white piece of garbage. The guy writes back, what are those atrocities, Kimosabe? So you see, he's losing now. The anti-white is losing now, because now the anti-white has followed Slots into our narrative, where we write the story, where we hold the pen, where we are the heroes, where we have the moral high ground, where the anti-whites are the ne'er-do-wells. They're the immoral ones. And let me tell you, they don't want to be the immoral ones. So the guy says, what are those atrocities, Kimosabe? Slots writes back, you can't know because you can't see. And let me just pause right there really quickly. Slots has identified beautifully here, and some others that have shared their interactions with anti-whites have done the exact same thing. When you identify that the person you are conversating with is not someone that you can help to go free, this is not a white brother or sister out there that is just a vague and you're trying to help them go free, the next thing you can do is to give a bit of education for somebody reading your thread and then quickly move away from them and get to somebody else who you might be able to help go free. And so Slots has done this. He's realized, okay, this is just an anti-white, so now everything I say is for viewers, for readers. So he writes here, you can't know because you can't see. And you can't see because of the collective rape, victimization, and erasure of a people you hate and their children isn't atrocities or aren't atrocities to you. A demon like you celebrates it. You have no shame because you are anti-white garbage. And then the guy writes back, dude, I live in a poor Trump county. Many make bad decisions daily. So again, they're trying to move the conversation away from the anti-whiteism, the atrocities being committed against our people, and now blaming the victims, saying it's their fault that they're making these bad decisions. Slots finishes here, no, you viscerally identify with anti-whiteism. And so all you see is anti-white stereotypes. You do not care one bit about whites and their well-being. You attempt to deny any of their suffering as another statistic. You need to go free or get lost. And that was by Slots.
Nice, wonderful, great, great.